that are chasing them in the top 4, top 5 behind them, they could potentially catch up.
Also, it's wild how we've now seen the polar opposite. You have Luminosity on your screens as well. Thank you so much, Observers. A team that stomped their way through the group stage. All of a sudden now, things not going their way. 17 coming into the group stage. We knew there was going to be hot drops to Sonic. Sonics came out victorious. 17 plummets
brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. That's like anti-momentum, where you're just constantly struggling, nothing is working for you, and you lack that confidence to make those plays, which could lose you valuable seconds of doing what you need to do. That first circle is going to be a hard northeast circle.
I was just looking at the map for Third Eye. Like, oh, who are they jumping on now? But it seems like they were just jumping in a car, so not too dangerous. Imagine, Elliot.
Third Eye, they've griefed Luminosity before.
They're going for Luminosity now as well. I don't know if they have any vehicles. They don't. Oh, they do have cars, but they don't have weapons. Richie finds one, finds two. NA on NA action commences once more. And if things could not get any more... I can't even find the word for it. If things couldn't get worse, let's just say that. I'm worried for Third Eye when PAS2 comes around, because Luminosity are going to be on their heels that entire tournament. Enemies today. It's insane. They're just pulling up on everything they can find, and you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If you're not going to win the tournament anyway, might as well see how much you can gain from one of these positions, because there's a pretty big guarantee that the opponents around here won't be expecting this happening.
A couple of shots coming out. Not entirely sure who is the one firing those bullets. Gen G, there is a wounded member. There's a wounded member of Gen G here trying to follow up. How that grenade doesn't quite land over that wall very close, but the Mad is going to find a great angle. Help by Foxy, though. That's going to be shut down by Taman.
Matt had a chance to shoot initially, didn't go for it. That allows Foxy to spot him, and now here comes Schofield over the top. Nice off angle by Ruin. Schofield, Ruin finds one apiece, and the rest of the Gen G players not in a position to assist. PO now coming in from one side, DG on the other. There's one knock onto Howl, but not a whole lot more they can do from this. And now, Third Eye, well, here they are, wreaking havoc to many more teams.
Double-digit teams fighting with single-digit teams. And so far, the double digits
are
coming
see Na'Vi make their way on through in just a moment's time. DG, nice nade lobbed on over, will find the first. We did see Pio go down before, so DG is all on his own, trying to now rag up as many points as he can before his eventual downfall will happen.
Ruin checking for it, expecting to flank.
You heard him.
Along this ridge. Skillfield with the utility in play to go for the revive, so no immediate point for DG98 off of his strike. And now the frag grenade coming out looks like it's cooked well. You want to have just wanted to finish Na'Vi. Grenades are coming out. That one backfires. It was cooked so well, but it was put on the wrong table.
Oh, the window bars prove fatal once more as Uber goes down, and now it's just one left alive for Na'Vi. Melman on his own does find the first one, down to real low HP though, and here comes Richie. He's going to jump on over, he's going to vault on him, he's going to see him in the middle of first aiding, cancels it, gets him down.
At least he's able to get the information and stops the first aid. Now, spotting that, the push does not have the timing to come, however,
Here comes the pull up from 4AM as well. They were the ones to get the flush on Gen G earlier, so they know that there's a wounded Howl team set in this position. Ruin down to low HP, but Xiaohai first one to fall.
They're dealing damage where they can't get the knocks, and the Mad is here to put a stop to this from 4 AM. Phase 2, hard shift towards the east. A lot of it is going to be Soul on the low ground.
What?
Melman! Na'Vi!
If there's a time to make
for this event, for these individual rounds, it has just been lit on fire with the matchstick because nothing is happening as expected. Good grenade going to come out from Soul to get the knock, and then a follow-up from Anonix puts 2 more down for 4 AM. It is all on to Shao Lu. Smoke's coming out, gonna try and go for the revive, but I'm surprised that frag didn't do that final point of damage.
This is so well set up by Dana, where they leave this building open. They want opposing teams to take this position because they have the compound salute. Well, there's only so many angles he can peek from that, and hey, from Tool is just a little bit short, won't make it all the way in the window.
Now Salute needs to make a decision. Do you hold? Okay, gonna go for the revive.
Perfect
That's such a good molly, though. That's not gonna be enough for Danoa. Timing was perfect for Twisted. I mean, I suppose their only play now is to make a bomb send towards the center, where at the very least the circle does commit to. No more hardships, at least for this next time. And Howl holding center, Daydream holding center. They're gonna have to start moving now. Tiama continue to push forward. They avoid Danoa, but it's now Ghibli that are holding the line, holding the point, and they're in a split, but they're not holding it immediately. Backup from Ghibli is arriving.
Nice angle on the approach here from Tiamba. They call the block. They see the split from Ghibli. There's nothing that Toshi and Heaven can do to assist from the other side because of where Tiamba approaches from. So at least now they've made landfall, but can they stay alive?
It's a great trade at the very least. They can't get Yumi picked back up, but 7-7 has been knocked, which means Tiamba, if they want to go get the revive, they need to commit to the hold now. Heaven with a great angle. That's 2 knocked. And he has a grenade. He knows exactly where Pow Pow is. The grenade goes a bit too far, but the second one is perfect.
Huge that Ghibli makes the play on over, but look at who pulled up behind them. All of Ascenders coming up to the building they were splitting out of, and all of a sudden now Ghibli caught in the crossroads between 2 teams. They have to approach on this. They have to push. And Heaven, sole player to try and make a play on this building now.
Grenades lobbed back and forth between Longscur and Glaz. And Longscur is going to reign supreme in that one and potentially timing to go for a revive. Heaven with a grenade, more frags at the ready. There are a lot of windows to bank them through. He takes a bit of damage in return and going to try and confirm that kill. Longscur with the underhand. This one also, again, does not bank far enough, but he has the peak.
Didn't happen. Cerberus, though, does set up the push. 4v2 in favor of Cerberus. Let's see who comes out victorious.
Solon and Onyx holding the back angle, and Hisaki is going to go down. That is a great pick for Anonix here to at least lighten the load.
Yeah.
It's still a 3 versus 2, and Anonix needs to take some time to heal on up. The frag grenades are not landing where they need to. And Sol
was expecting there to be a full team on this side of the circle, but look at the amount of damage coming through with the utility sent up by Ascend. Kilyakai able to find the first one. So much damage done to the remaining day trade players. One more nade should be able to do it, and that's going to be Mika. Finding the second. Chris now pulls on up with the M24 in hand. Can't find the first one. Spotted from Ruin from afar.
That's suddenly a lot of damage coming out from the Sonics. They thought they had this, but now they're as wounded as Day Trade are. Dynamo are eliminated, as you can see. The circle is going to hard shift. Belmoth has the opportunity to heal on up, and Kilyakai is on one of his next knocks. Not the first one, so he's going to be bleeding out pretty fast. SDK versus Howl. Alo is down. Vegas with the continuation of the damage onto Howl. Ascender eliminated, and the revive is going to be coming on through.
Rock for cover, not exactly going to be easy. That nade, tons of damage coming through.
Flood, last one up for Luminosity, is able to at least deal some damage, but goes out before any placement points can
on third eye early. Now we'll see this push coming through.
Belmoth frags at the ready. Unsure how many more he has left, but now his position has been recognized. Mime with the shots, Mime with the angles, and Belmoth is making him work for it. Cannot get that last point of damage, but the grenade is there from Shrimsy.
And now the idea of them not over-aggressing, because look at the open field that have to cross through. Xiao Wu able to find the first one as H-Win falls. They want to get the rest up to take as well, but not going to happen. Belmoth gets to confirm.
The domino effect of Mime going down to Belmoth is absolutely huge here for the Sonics. At least one of them is going to be revived.
Rest will come through, but look at this Meltman still running around in the blue. He still has 4 first aids. I'm curious to see how many he had, but he did have the entirety of third eye to loot. So
yes, he did.
There probably was quite a few first aids. You can see Xiao Wu.
Spotted.
Still not seen, not gonna matter. Navi in the US.
17 now on the push towards the Sonics is the best option for them to do so. And what a good grenade. Xiao Wu with the follow-up knock onto Shrimsy too. It is all down to Mime. 1 versus 4 in the blink of an eye.
That is a 100-meter spray as well. Xiao Wu was the furthest back player able to take him out, and just like that, Sonics in trouble. Mime trying to fend off here against 17. They want the win, and they want it early.
STK are pushing out of their compound. They're going to want to at least capitalize on 17 being damaged or at least out of position. Once they take care of Mime, Mime is spotted. They're out. That is going to actually be the most damage potentially onto Twisted Minds, but they're currently paying attention to 17. It's going to be Perfectix with that first knock and trying to go for the confirm. Logo's thinking very low as well. The circle is going to center up dead center. No one is inside. STK can't even deal damage to Twisted Minds without Alo going down.
Knocks across the board for everyone. Batulin should be able to get back on his feet. They have 1 car.
And I think if someone's able to find that first position and able to hold that position, maybe they can anchor off of it. 17, their only option is to go now. They're going to stop here in the dip temporarily and then continue to make the move on foot, potentially. The line of sight is not the best. Alo trying to do even more damage, but 17 on the prone. They're alive for now.
Issue is they're prone behind the car, but they're not inside the next circle. They have gotten closer, though, than they were before. So SCK, the next team on the button, has to make a play happen. Vegas, first one to cross.
It's actually Kurt who's made his way across the road, but Vegas is eyeing up this position by 17. Smokewall does come out. Suju is staying behind just in case disaster strikes, but the rest of the vehicle is sending it in, and they're able to find the tree and another blown up car. So that's a point of cover for 17. Ooh. But Vegas, the angle strikes.
Oh, he wishes he had an 8 right now. That molly wouldn't be doing enough for him even if he wanted to throw it. And now here comes the team. He's suppressed as hard as he could.
Spyro is down. Twisted Mind still not healthy. Grenade does not land. Low Ghost. Shalbei trying to stay alive. happy feet dancing out in the field.
Dodge and weave as best as you can to try and stay put and allow for these two other teams to fight one another. There's no guaranteed third-party option for anyone
Now
here.
Vegas and Penta in a vehicle again. They're not going down to the low ground. They're going to go back up with the rest of the team, and they have the best piece of high ground remaining. It's not great, but it's better than any other team. Kurt's shot's not landing, but Lil Ghost is there to follow on up. But Tulin is confirmed down.
No matter where the other, a proper Mexican standoff here as all these three teams want to bring home the second match of the final day here.
Grenade not quite banking in the right angle. More smokes do come out from Twisted Minds, but look at the follow-up vehicle maneuver from SDK Vegas with another knock on Spyro. A follow-up grenade from Kurt.
Huge. SDK hasn't had to use a whole lot of utility early, so they have it now. Now the pushes are coming through, and now the flashes are coming through. They need to make this play. Lou down to low HP.
The mollies aren't hitting, but Purdy Curdy has the space. He is pushing on forward. The flash, he gets flashed by his own teammate. And 17 might have the angle, but Penta has a better one.
One down, two down. As I say, the perfect finds Pert in all of this, and you have to expect 17 to push off of it. Need to find a Hail Mary knock. Shout Bay with the bolt in hand. If you can land one here, that could be the entry for your team. Sushu is right on the cusp of the circle and has maybe just now made landfall.
It's Vegas to make the play for STK right now. Needs to play his life. Wants to wait for S17 to be focused so hard on the rest of the team. But now he's strike. Can't quite get the spray. He hasn't been knocked again, but that is a grenade on Lil Ghost with Vegas' name written all over it.
Even if it goes a bit far, it should be enough to get him. As I say that, no damage done. Just a centimeter off, and Vegas off of that, able to get the first hit off.
Just barely, but Vegas is alive, and his presence alone is keeping 17 hiding in the corner. Shout down, Lil goes down, it's all into Suju. He's able to knock Vegas, but 3 still up for STK, and they take the win in the end. 9 kills, STK survive.
Huge game for STK, the team with arguably the worst position in that push on in, but able to bring it home. It didn't look good for them, but that is a lot of points scrapped in a very dire moment of this tournament.